Hi, I'm Kelly Sinkowski. I'm going to talk to you about anxiety and gifted students. This is completely crippling to some students who are gifted with the high anxiety. So, giftedness in general, just on its own, creates anxiety. We talked about that in course one, where we just kind of talked through how that works with anxiety piece, where they comprehend at such a high level because of asynchronous development, but they don't have the life experience and emotional development to be able to understand that as well as they should. So, if there's anything that conditions may warrant something that could happen, they don't have the life experience and emotional development to interpret that correctly. So, anxiety can show itself many ways. These gifted students can have clinical level anxieties where to ask them to ask a question, talk to a teacher if they didn't get something right in the first time, heaven forbid they didn't get something 100% the right time. That in itself, we'll talk about a little bit further with that, with perfectionism and anxiety. But when you have sensory integration disorder, perfectionism, learning differences, anything like that, it just heightens times, multiplies times 10 the level of anxiety these students have on top of their already anxious levels from being gifted. So they know they're different. They want to fit in. They don't think the same. They don't experience the world the same way. And that can cause anxiety because it's not as expected as everyone else goes through life. So there's different things that happen. You could have a student who has sensory integration disorder. So they're extremely sensitive to sound. They can hear things far away. So things like a fire drill would be crippling to them. I know a student who could not handle when the second grade teacher said there's going to be a fire drill later today, don't worry. Oh my gosh, that's the worst thing that could happen for that student because they worried in the anxiety of anticipation, especially if there's sensory going on as well. The anticipation of the next onslaught, if you will, is the fight or flight. So the anticipation of this happening was too much. You couldn't handle it. So it turned out the principal had to have her pull the fire alarm so she knew exactly when that was going to happen so she could function at some level the rest of the day before this happened.